It's the jackpot. I'm a photographer. And you know what every photographer dreams of? Getting their work seen. Really seen. And boy, this time I couldn't ask for more. Yeah, it went far beyond anything I could have imagined. So many of you shared it, liked it, commented. But what happened next was something else. Notification after notification, you started reinterpreting my photo in your own way. This model and I went from unknown to being seen worldwide. You drew it, painted, made it your own, even on city walls. That's when I realized, just like a great song inspired others to sing it, a powerful image inspired others to recreate it. That's the magic of true art. It doesn't just belong to the one who made it, it belongs to everyone it touched. And just when I thought nothing could surprise me anymore, someone tattooed one of my portraits on their skin.
I'm a photographer and I'm not taking pictures.
To understand how I got to that point, we need to go back to the very beginning. Well, it all started in law school. That's right, I was supposed to be a lawyer. That opened the door to a 1-year exchange in Canada. I bought my first camera. Winter was so cold that I spent a lot of time indoors trying to figure out how my new camera works. And my passion kept growing as I explored everything my camera could capture in Montreal and around it. And while visiting San Francisco with my roommate, someone broke into the car and my camera was stolen. Mom, they smashed the window. They took my camera. Maybe it's a sign I just should stop.
Tu dois jamais laisser quoi que ce soit t'empêcher de suivre ta passion. Tout arrive pour une raison, tu verras.
The next day, boom! My roommate's dad had insurance. They didn't just pay me back, they gave me more. I walked straight to the camera store, and there it was, the one that, looking back, changed everything. But I was sure on cash. Mom, I found it, the right one. If you help me now, I'll build something with this, I swear. Getting my camera stolen turned out to be a blessing in disguise. And that's how I came back to France with a brand new upgraded camera. Damn it. After a year of travel and creation, coming back to law school in France felt horrible. It was like I tasted real life, and now I was cut from it. Every minute I sat there felt like a minute stolen from my real life. Let's be honest, I'm not gonna be a lawyer. I quit law school. I moved to Paris with the secret desire to become a director. I worked as a waiter and made a short film. And when my bar manager told me I'll never make it with my camera, I quit that job to protect my dreams before his reality defined mine. With nothing but a backpack and my camera, I left for Asia, taking photo and video along the way. I came back, hungry to build something. I exhibit my portrait in a gallery. I start getting paid for portraits. I assisted a photographer for the new collection of the luxury brand Chloe. That's when I realized a photo studio doesn't need much. Just a backdrop, few lights, and the guts to bet on yourself. I reinvested everything I earned into a studio and a website, and it quickly became the top result on Google. I started coaching businesses on visual and social media. I built a small team. My phone was constantly ringing. I made more money than I would as a lawyer. But the real success was waking up excited every single day. I was doing everything: artistic shoots, studio work, branding, pack shot, and video production. Then the world stopped. When the world shut down with COVID, I was one of the lucky photographers who survived. But I kept asking myself, was it really just luck? I analyzed all the photographers who survived COVID, searching for what they all had in common. I saw that the survivors stood on pillars, some on one, some on two, but the strongest on all three. The first pillar, having a signature style. For now, I was just another good photographer, but I was replaceable because I worked for brands, not for myself. I followed their vision, not mine. Result: I had money in the bank, but no name attached to what I created. Second pillar, having multiple sources of income. If one or two collapse, the other keep you in the game. During the pandemic, every business I coached had to close, and so did my studio. But I had one client still selling clothes online, and their sales were higher than ever. The third and final pillar, solid presence on social media. It was clear to me that when you work on it, you can grow bigger than any brand. You become the one setting the rules, according to your values, not theirs. I was number one on Google when you were looking for a photographer in my city, which is great for business, but useless when no one could step outside. And apart from being well ranked on Google, my work was still invisible to most people. I came to the conclusion that a photographer who stands on all three pillars is anti-fragile, unshakable, almost impossible to bring down. I was standing on just one pillar, but if I want to be a photographer in the long run, I had no choice. I had to develop the other two. I needed a plan to become. When the world reopened, I was mentally prepared. I promised myself to keep chasing anti-fragility no matter how long it takes. And my instinct told me what to do first. Make art for myself. And it worked. A community started to grow around my art. I received countless messages of support, and it had no frontier, a strong sign that I was on the right path. With my savings, I bought a ticket and started traveling. I didn't plan anything. I reached out to the models on the spot, and we improvised shoots. Magazine that once inspired me started following me back. They shared my work, and one photo shoot just took off, and it spread everywhere. Traveling and creating. What a life. I could do this forever. But the money wouldn't follow. Damn it. What are my options here? Go back to France, make money, then travel again? I could. I've done it before. But there's no challenge here. The real challenge is to find a way to keep traveling, creating, and earning at the same time. I smile and say to myself, challenge accepted. I've built this community. Maybe the answer is right here. As I start looking for answers, I ask myself what value I could bring, something that would truly help photographer grow. And the answer was right in front of me. The comments about my edit kept coming back. Some thought I was shooting film, others were asking for tutorials. Teaching my editing process could be the key, a win-win. They'd learn and I stayed free to create what I want. But if I was going to do this, I didn't want to make another course. I wanted to create one of the best courses available on how to edit in Lightroom. Alright, let's do this. It was time to stop dreaming and start building.
Just like me, the winter is sad and it's raining a lot.
And right now, my life looks like this. Just me, the computer, click after click, redo after redo. What I thought would take a few weeks ended up taking months.
DaVinci is not working. Here we go, before and after.
When I first thought about creating an online masterclass, I had no idea how deep it would take me. Because I'm obsessed with details. I'm doing my very best to create a Lightroom masterclass my community can rely on. Clear, simple, and complete. So once you take it, you won't need another one.
I want this masterclass to be perfect, and when I just did a part and I find a way to make it better, I just do it, and one little thing that should just take me 3 hours to do is like 3 days. I'm thinking about Steve Jobs' speech at Stanford. I'm reading the book about Steve Jobs. He did a pretty good speech at Stanford. He said that not forgetting that you will someday die is very good, because it keeps you focused on what's the most important. And he said that he was going on his mirror every day and look at the mirror and said, if today was the last day of your life, would you still do what you're about to do? And if the answer is no, too many days in a row, you might want to change that. I feel exactly this today. Like, if today was my last day on earth, I would not spend it at home on my computer. I would spend it taking pictures, or do something creative, or like doing some amazing thing like surfing or skateboarding, being with my friends, traveling, not staying over and over in the same place on a computer every day. I'm a photographer and I'm not taking pictures. Ouais mec, ça va?
Ça va et toi?
Ouais, je voulais te demander, est-ce que je pourrais prendre ton chat
Tu veux que je te prête les doudous? Combien de temps?
pendant quelques jours, une semaine, 2 semaines?
Bah ouais, avec plaisir.
Yes? Trop cool.
Vas-y, bah je te l'apporte tout à l'heure.
Ok. I'm gonna have a cat. Ta-da! This is my new body.
Work, work it. Work, work to be a winner. Sweat, work it. Sweat, sweat to be a winner. I wanna smell you. Yeah, I wanna smell you. I wanna smell you even from far away. I wanna smell you. I wanna feel you. So I can know if you're a winner, baby.
Doudou, tu peux pas.
Je ne suis pas sûr de savoir faire ça.
Comment on fait là? Ah, non. Il me mord en plus. I'm stressed because I'm gonna launch a project that I'm been working on for several months now. I'm gonna launch it right now. Can be something that is gonna have a lot of success. It's also can be a flop. But we have to find out. I put so much work into this. All my knowledge about editing is in there. You're going to learn how to edit like this.
The moment of truth. 3, 2, 1. Waiting for the verdict. Every second feels like forever. I keep refreshing the page. Nothing. I look at the time. It's fine, I tell myself. Stay positive. It's only been 10 minutes. 10 minutes turn into an hour. Still nothing. Not a single cell. And that's when the silence starts talking. It whispers all the things I try to forget. What if I failed? What if no one cares? I gave it everything. My time, my art, my energy, all of me. And maybe it was all for nothing. Okay, let's face it. I took the risk. I lost the bet. My heart stops. Then it starts racing. After all that waiting, there it was, the first one. Proof that it wasn't all for nothing. No way. It worked! It actually worked! And just like that, a single click connected me to the world. No borders, no limit. What I called failure was only the world taking its time to enter. And when the feedback came, it reflected every bit of that effort and my drive for excellence. One of the best, if not the very best, curve tutorial I've ever watched. Thank you.
There is a visible jump in how I did the photos after have taken your course. So the training, I become more confident in editing. I would definitely recommend the editing masterclass to anyone.
That was just the beginning. The next masterclasses would all be born from the pillar of anti-fragility.
So thank you for sharing your information. Not only was I getting more visibility, some magazine accounts and others started talking to me.
I'm very glad, that you shared these details. My approach and my mindset. That's what improved the most.
Your courses are great because we can see that you put a lot of effort into it.
Now I feel amazing because I'm able to do photography full time. Right now, I'm working with around 6 clients on retainers, and from these clients, the 6 I see each month, I charge them $2,000 for photo and video.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you, Cash. I really appreciate your words. I know you're an amazing artist. I'm really passionate about seeing more of your work and more of what you do.
Angela's right. Being a full-time photographer, creating for a living, feels unreal until it becomes real. But making it real isn't magic, it's work. I gave everything I had to make this masterclass the best they could be. Still, only a few photographers like Angel truly make it full-time. Why so few? I've coached businesses before. It only took a few personalized sessions to spot what was wrong, fix it, and get them back on track. So in my mind, with photographer, it had to be the same. If your photos are great but you still can't make a living from them, it's not your talent that's missing, it's your strategy. So I tried. What has changed since we worked together?
Everything. For me, really, it's everything. My parents tell me that since I started coaching, I'm like a different person because they saw like my eyes shining when I'm talking about photography. My father told me that this is exact phrase, like my child has come back.
Oh, wow.
That I learned a lot about reaching people. Receiving all of that love from the people makes me be more self-confident. I came back to be me. I feel like a kid right now, doing what he loves. If you have any doubts about what you are going to do with your career, or you want to leave your 9-to-5 job, or you are in a difficult session of your life that you don't know what to do, I think that this coaching is the best way to solve that questions.
I was thinking of buying like new gear, and I thought, well, if buying new gear will just put me in the same situation essentially that I'm in now, just with maybe a wider lens or something like so. The idea really was to put the money towards self-improvement, get some goals set and use that money to potentially make more money or have the direction to make more money, essentially. Yeah, really happy. I got paid through the ads. It was suddenly, oh wow, yeah, this method does work. Being able to sort of make money and understand how to do it, and then also like the blueprint that you've given me to take on my own now. You're at the top of the game yourself, so you know the industry, and you also know the struggles from going up, from the bottom as well. So
this is what I do now. I help photographers grow through my masterclasses and one-to-one coaching. I guide them to create a life they're proud to wake up to. You don't need more gear, you need a plan. Send me the word plan on Instagram. And let's make sure you don't waste another day chasing your dream instead of living it. I kept my promise, and I am free as a bird. Free to travel anywhere, anytime. Free to live on my own terms. Free to live by the beach, where surfing became my therapy after so much time behind the screen. And for the first time, I felt like I made it. But this isn't the end. This is just the beginning. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed this video, let me know by hitting like, subscribing, and sharing your thoughts in the comments. I feel so lucky to have this international community on Instagram. And now it's time to grow together here on YouTube. And trust me, I have big project coming for this channel, and you'll be a part of it. So I'll ask just once more, hit subscribe now. One small click from you can make a real difference in how fast this channel grows. It truly motivated me to keep creating videos like this.